Craig running off in the distance. Craig's a good running buddy, super fit, always pushes the pace, pushes me on the uphill, which is good. That's what I need to get in shape. I am trying to catch my breath, run up this hill. I was doing some hill repeats coming all the way from the valley down there and just running up this hill. This was the fifth time. I'm gonna come down and do one more hill repeat. I am gonna be talking about a shoe from Lowa boots. They are more traditionally known for their boots, but I've been trying to get into the trail running scene a little bit more. So today I am talking about the Lowa Amplux 2. A decent running shoe that has surprised me in many ways, but that doesn't mean that it is perfect. I'm going to get into that in today's review, specifically talk about the overall build quality, the comfort, talk about those together, the performance, and the value of the Amplux 2. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've used any Lowa shoes in the past. Are you considering one of their trail shoes, or is there a different trail shoe that you would rather spend your hard-earned money on? Let me know down in the comments while we review this shoe. Okay, I'm gonna get up to the top, almost there. I'm gonna do one more hill repeat, but voiceover Chad, why don't you talk about some of the specs and features of the Lowa Amplux 2?
Lowa states, built for everything from daily outings to fun runs as well as competitive races. It features breathable yet supportive mesh uppers to hold the foot on tricky terrain, a one-piece collar to reduce friction points, a cushioned midsole, and a carbon-reinforced rebound plate to return energy with every step. As for some of those specs and features, you get a synthetic mesh upper with durable 5D printed Reptex overlays, microfiber underlay panels, a gusseted tongue, Dyneema midsole with carbon-reinforced rebound plate, Lowa Track Agility 2 rubber outsole with estimated 5mm lugs, 24.5mm heel stack, and an 18.5mm midsole stack for that 6mm drop, weighing in at 295 grams or 10.4 ounces, although it feels quite a bit lighter underfoot, and a US MSRP of $175, although it can be found for about $160 on other websites. Chad, back over to you on the trails.
All right, turn around, back down for one more hill repeat. Whew. Sure is pretty out here. Love coming out here. While I make my way down, I should mention that Lowa sent me these shoes for the purpose of review. Lowa, thank you so much. I am under no obligation to say anything. They're not going to preview this video ahead of time. I can say whatever I want with no obligation. So with that out of the way, I've had the Lowa Amplux 2 shoe out for quite a handful of runs, about 60 to 65 miles. All the B-roll footage you're gonna see in today's video was also recorded after this run, so you're seeing the shoe in its true and current state. Now back up to the top. Whew. How's it going? Morning. That last hill repeat, number 6, that was particularly difficult. So talking about build quality and comfort of the Amplux 2, I think Lowa did a phenomenal job on the build quality. They thought through what materials would make for a good trail running shoe, something that would be comfortable, durable, but fit around your foot really nicely as well. So no compromise on overall build quality. I think it's going to just last a long time. The upper materials are very durable. You get some really good mesh upper that is again durable, but offers some good breathability, particularly in the toes and around the side of the foot a little bit. You also have quite a few TPU overlays that help add some abrasion resistance, offer some structure around the foot. You get a pretty good toe cap, again with the TPU overlays. In fact, there's 2 TPU overlays around the toe cap to help keep things protective on the toes. You get adequate room in the toe box and in the shoe overall, although I would not say this is a wide-fitting shoe by any means. It definitely fits on the more slim to average, kind of like maybe a Hoka or a Solomon or an Arc'teryx. I like it. I went true to size. The length of the shoe is phenomenal. Doing those hill repeats going up and down the hill, I felt like I had plenty of room for my toes. I wasn't hitting them into the front of that toe box, so a good fit overall. And then of course that adds to the overall security of the upper around the foot. It is a really nice, secure and comfortable secure hold without feeling like anything is too tight or restrictive. No redness or hot spots anywhere. I felt like the laces, which are adequate as far as their thickness, they're not a thin lace by any means. They're not stretchy either, but the laces are comfortable across the top of your foot. I don't feel them across the top of my foot, and I also don't feel like I have to tighten them down too much to get a good solid lockdown fit. It just fits around my foot really, really nicely. I really like that about this shoe. They nail it when it comes to that fit and security around the foot. You also get a densely padded butterfly style wing tongue where, well, I'll show you, it kind of flares out and goes around the side of your ankle here. It does come up a little long, although that has not been problematic by any means, but some nice density in there, just offering some good cushioning for those laces across the top of your foot. Again, I don't feel the laces at all, just a nice, yeah, just super comfortable. You can also see, as far as the design element, you get the stretchy lace loop holder there. Help tuck the laces out of the way and hold them out of the way so they're not flapping around on you and getting caught on anything. So kind of a nice little feature there. And then lastly, on the upper, the ankle hold, there's good enough padding back there. Nothing too plush, but offers just a good secure hold that's also very comfortable. Again, no rubbing in the Achilles or around the ankle. Moving down into the midsole, you get some good foam that is comfortable, but I want to talk a little bit more about maybe some areas of improvement. I'll talk about that on the performance part of this video here shortly. So adequate on that midsole. It does offer some protection, especially considering that it's not overly thick. You don't have a lot underfoot. It's more on the minimalistic side of things, which does mean that you get good ground contact and feedback from the ground. And now they do advertise a carbon plate. I have no idea if that's actually in the shoe because I can't feel it. I don't feel its rebound properties. I don't feel it underfoot. And then lastly, build quality of the rubber outsole is phenomenal. It seems like it's lasting a long time. Really, really well made rubber outsole. And this is gonna get into performance a little bit, but I have been blown away at their in-house rubber on this shoe. Absolutely outstanding and really, really well made. Oh look, there's a deer. Hi. Oh, and then there's one, another one right there. Oh, there's another one. A couple more. Wow, there's a lot of deer over here. Alrighty, now that I've been distracted by the deer, overall build quality gets a thumbs up. Comfort definitely gets a thumbs up as well, although I do think the shoe could use a little more underfoot when it comes to that midsole. I know that this is supposed to be a little more of a closer to the ground type of shoe. You see the deer up there? So I don't want to dock it too many points when it comes to the midsole stack. It's not what this shoe is designed. It's not supposed to be a high stack shoe, but I do wish that the midsole was more interactive. That's going to be the word of the day in this video, interactive, and I'll talk about that in performance. Speaking of performance, let's move on and talk about that. Another deer there. All right, so now talking about performance and my experience in the shoe when it comes to performance. I want to start with the outsole rubber, actually. As I was saying earlier, I have been blown away. It exceeded my expectations when it came to the performance of that rubber. I estimate that the lugs are 5 millimeters deep, no shallower than 4 millimeters. So definitely deep enough to dig into all kinds of terrain, from loose rock to gravel to, you know, just slight bouldering or whatever it may be, on par with Vibram Mega Grip outsole. Just really does an amazing job in the grip department. I also like that overall the shoe feels much lighter than advertised. It's always nice to get in a nice lightweight shoe. The upper is pretty breathable. In fact, today's cold enough that I had to wear my smart wool socks to keep my feet just a little bit warmer. I mentioned in the build quality the choice of materials and the fit around your foot. That adds to the performance as well. It feels part of your foot, no distractions at all when it comes to the fitment. I like that the tongue is gusseted. It's not moving around on you. Again, no distraction there. Good padding. Lots to say positively about the upper. Really like the upper, actually. But the midsole, I wish the midsole was a little more interactive. It's a good midsole when it comes to just keeping things comfortable, but otherwise it's not an interactive or inspiring midsole. I wish it was just a little more bouncy, give you a little more feedback underfoot. You just don't get that with this midsole at all. So to wrap up performance, I feel like there's a lot to like about the Amplux 2, but it comes up a little short on the overall midsole underfoot experience. Let's get up to the top of this ridgeline and talk about the value of the Amplux 2 while I catch my breath for a moment. Almost fell there. I missed the step. I think my legs are getting tired. This has been a wonderful morning, even though I'm a little tired. Oh, I have no regrets. I've loved coming out to today's run, doing those hill repeats, getting to enjoy that beautiful sunrise. Wow. And of course, it's always a beautiful day out on the trails. The Amplux 2 comes in at about $175 US MSRP. However, it can be found for about $160 on other websites. I feel that that $160 to $175 price tag is maybe a little high for this shoe. I just feel that there's too many other competing shoes in that same price point that would be maybe alternative considerations that I would choose perhaps for my go-to trail running shoe. Now that's no knock on the build quality of the shoe. It really is good. The Amplux 2 is a really well-made shoe. Comparing it to a couple other shoes, I do think it is the better overall shoe compared to the likes of the Nike Kiger 10. A good shoe, but the Amplux 2 excels and is the better shoe in my opinion. It also compares to the Innovate Trail Fly line of shoes or the Trail Talon, shoes that I've really enjoyed. I feel that the underfoot experience is more interactive and inspiring in the Innovate line of shoes compared to the Amplux 2 that I'm on today. But I like the upper of the Amplux 2 more than the Innovate shoes. Now in that price point, there's two other shoes that I've really enjoyed that have just a little bit more underfoot stack, and certainly the more inspiring and interactive underfoot feel. That experience is more interactive. That is the Salomon Genesis, the one that's been out for almost 2 years now. For $150, that is still an absolutely amazing shoe. I love that shoe. Definitely would be one to consider. I've also really enjoyed, for $170, the Arc'teryx Norvin LD4. An amazing build, good all-around trail runner. Loved that shoe. And those are two shoes that I would choose to get over the Lowa Amplux 2. The Lowa Amplux 2 is a really well-made shoe. Awesome outsole grip, really well-made upper. Those materials, the fit and security around your foot, it is dialed in. But that midsole just needs to be a little more interactive. There are some more deer there. And of course, beautiful, beautiful views. By the way, I love this part of the trail. You're running on this kind of ridge line here. Oh, so cool. So there you have it. That is my review of the Lowa Amplux 2. Value, I would say, is kind of on the sideways to downward slope when it comes to the thumbs up, thumbs down test rating. There you go. So let me know what you think about this shoe. Is it worth $160 to $170-ish? Or is there a different shoe that you would rather spend that money on entirely? So let me know, drop a comment down below. If nothing else, just say hi. That's all you gotta do. I'd appreciate seeing you down there in the comments. Okay, now that I'm starting to ramble, I'm getting up to the top of the ridge here, another beautiful view. And I'll see you on the next video. I've got a lot coming to the channel, a lot more gear and shoe reviews. I'm reviewing this Nathan Pinnacle 6 vest, other shoes, maybe some run ventures, and of course the occasional race as well. So make sure you're subscribed if you made it this far into the video and you're not subscribed. Also consider joining the channel membership. I would very much appreciate it. Starts at only $1 a month, supports the channel. All right, that all the way. I gotta stop talking, end the video. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I have today in the Lowa Amplux 2. I will see you on the next video. Bye now.